All right, live again. iHeartRadio, the talk of San Diego, asking the big question of the day. What does Tuna Harbor mean to San Diego? And what is about Tuna Harbor that is something to save? Is it commercial property? Or is it a way of life for the fishermen here on San Diego? Tuna Harbor has been here for a couple of years. I guess there's a lot of years that it's been here. Let's get some educated person to know what Tuna Harbor is for iHeartRadio. Let's see here. Would you like to do a quick little interview for iHeartRadio and the Talk of San Diego?
Sure.
We're asking a question.
Okay.
What does Tuna Harbor mean to you?
Well, I'm one of the presenters, so it means that we can celebrate the waterfront, and it's a very major component of the Seaport San Diego project, as you'll hear from our discussion today. But we want to accommodate the commercial fishermen to make sure that we can reinvigorate this entire industry. And we want to celebrate the waterfront, and frankly, we want to really capitalize on the commercial fishing industry to make sure that our restaurants and the dockside market and other water-related activities within the project are successful.
So are you a local San Diegan?
I am.
All right, so as a San Diegan, I haven't really heard of Tuna Harbor. How many San Diegans do you think actually heard of Tuna Harbor?
You're right, and we need to do something about that. It's been referred to as the G Street Mole Basin and the Commercial Basin, Tuna Harbor, so there are a lot of different names associated with it, but that's not an excuse. It needs to be revitalized, and people need to become aware that it is the centerpiece of commercial fishing in San Diego.
Now, a lot of people don't know that it's near Seaport Village in the U.S. is Midway.
That's correct.
What are the other locations that they could find it around?
Well, it's going to be right across the street from the Broadway complex that started construction, or at least demolition, last week. It's part of downtown. I mean, it was...
That's why there's nobody heard of it.
Well, they certainly did back in the 70s when the tuna industry was viable and very active. And we hope that that comes back, and we can revitalize not only the tuna industry, but a lot of the other unique fish that are, prevalent in the San Diego waters.
So the question, okay, is this a more commercial industry, or can an everyday San Diegan come over here and off the pier?
It's more commercial.
Okay.
So these are the guys who are going out, for rockfish, for sea urchins, for tuna. But there is a very public component of it. There's a dockside market that takes place every Saturday morning where the public can come down and actually buy fish right out from the boats that the fishermen come in. And we, as part of the Seaport San Diego project, are hoping to expand that, to have a big marketplace, to have fish processing, and to open that dockside market up 7 days a week instead of just one.
All right, what time is that dockside market?
It opens at 11. 8
a.m. Even earlier sometimes. People stand outside in line at 6 or 7 a.m.
Oh, so it's not free food though.
No, not free, but you'll get an experience and some great fish.
So do you get to pick your own fish out, or is it kind of...
Yeah, you walk out there, and there'll be big tuna fish, there'll be these strange-looking crabs, there'll be sea urchins, all sorts of stuff, and then you can take that fish just down the pier, and the guys are there who will fillet it. And so they'll fillet it, clean it, and then you take it home. It's fascinating. I mean, probably shouldn't say this, but even if you're not buying anything, it's fascinating just walking out there.
Washington State has a huge fish market.
Pikes.
Mm-hmm. Is it kind of like that, more of a show, or?
Yeah, it's actually better than pikes. And when we're through with our project, it's going to be 100 times better than pikes.
Well, we'll be looking forward to it, and I want at least 60 to 80% of San Diegans to know about Tuna Harbor. How do you think about that?
Good. That's a good goal, and one that can definitely be achieved. I think today's going to help a lot in that regard.
There you go. I appreciate your time, Kip.
All right.
And Alex, you take care. This is Misha, Talk of San Diego, iHeartRadio. We'll be on live going around and talking to people, telling people or asking people the question. What does Tuna Harbor mean to you in San Diego? iHeartRadio, the talk of San Diego. We were live, and we have another 4 minutes. So, 4 more minutes means one more sound route. Shout out here. What is Talk San Diego going to do with Tuna Harbor, and what does it mean to San Diego? Do you want to do a real quick question? I'm asking the question in San Diego for iHeartRadio Talk San Diego. What does Tuna Harbor mean to you?
Well, Tuna Harbor is basically it's a group of fishermen that started as about a couple of years ago. It's an alliance of all their local catch they get. They're able to sell it on their own. They form it, and it seems to be working great for the city of San Diego and the local people that lives in San Diego, and also allow them to show the people what else is available in our water here locally.
So, how long have you been a local San Diegan? How long have you been a local San Diegan?
Well, I've been in the fish industry for the last 40 years, and I'm actually one of the suppliers that buy most of their fish. But once a week, they're only allowed to sell their own fish on their own, so that's what they're doing.
Now, why hasn't San Diego really embraced Tuna Harbor? What do you think is going on that people don't even know about it, some of them?
I think it's going to take a little more social media to open up, and people will be able to understand what are they doing that for. But it'll take a little bit longer. But it's actually been very strong in the last 8 months.
So 40 years in the business.
Yes.
Have you ever sold at the Saturday market?
No, we don't. We're local suppliers here, Chesapeake Fish Company. We've been in business 102 years. I've been with the company 40 years, actually 42. It's not like we're old here. And we do a lot of business with these local fishermen. They do depend on Chesapeake fish. We provide ice. We provide a loading dock for them, and we're very strong support of them.
But do you recommend coming down and at least seeing the Saturday market?
Absolutely, and that is an opportunity for people to buy fresh fish right off the boat. They're doing a great job so far. They even process for you if you don't want to take the fish home and clean it yourself. They can do it for you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, and we'll be walking around and talking to more people.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, again, we're hearing from San Diego and San Diegans about Tuna Harbor, live here on iHeartRadio, the talk of San Diego. And we are going to answer one more thing because we do have a couple of minutes left on a live feed here. So, again, we're asking one question only and one question on iHeartRadio Talk San Diego. What does Tuna Harbor mean to you in San Diego? Now, we didn't know about the San Diego fish market. At least I didn't. I've been here in a while. I did know about Tuna Harbor and the Broadway Pier and how beautiful it is down here at Seaport Village area in downtown San Diego. But I had no idea that there was a Tuna Harbor place just like Seattle who is better than Pike's in Seattle, Washington. So again, if you're in San Diego, near downtown San Diego, you might want to come to the Saturday market on Broadway Pier. They said it's between 9 and 11. Come down, pick out your fish, have them clean it, you eat it. That's what it's about. Talk San Diego, iHeartRadio. I'm going to ask some more people. Maybe if Victoria's not busy, would you like to answer a question for us? iHeartRadio?
iHeartRadio?
We're just asking people what Tuna Harbor means to them.
Tuna Harbor. I actually work there part-time as a volunteer, so it's just an opportunity for fishermen to sell their catch directly to the public and also have a fair price for the customers and the fishermen and raise awareness about the livelihoods about commercial fisheries, because a lot of our management doesn't even know what we do, and so let alone the public. So we're kind of on the verge of dying off. And so the whole point is putting yourself out there so you know what you're stepping on.
All right. So Saturday market, iHeartRadio, we're getting ready here, so we're going to go off. Talk San Diego, we will talk to you shortly, and we are going to live at the panel. Stay tuned for more.